I want to be very clear for like everybody watching. I'm not trying to criticize Donald Trump and trying to like hate on him. It's not the thing. I'm just trying to point out that basically that in a rally on Saturday, he says stupid things and it needs to be called out whether or not that you're for him or not for him, and then like I said, he brings up, that the 2020 election was rigged and blah, 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 blah. It's like, dude, there's no evidence. You brought it to 60 federal judges. No evidence. They brought it to every single person known to man. No evidence has ever come up that did the recount. How many times in Arizona? Nothing came up. Nothing. And in fact, from what I saw, they came up with more votes, I guess, for Biden, maybe about a few hundred votes in Arizona after like they did the count again after the 90th time. Trump at a rally on Saturday, and this article that I'm looking at says Trump calls for, quote, the biggest protest we have ever had in D.C. and other cities if prosecutors investigating him do anything illegal. Speaking at a Texas rally, former President Donald Trump called for nationwide protests if prosecutors investigating him and his businesses, quote, do anything illegal, unquote. It's like, what does that mean? Do anything illegal? They're prosecutors. They're going to follow the law. Like, they have to follow the law. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean do anything illegal? Like, I don't understand what that means. Like, they're prosecutors. If they do anything illegal, they will never be lawyers ever again. They'll be blacklisted. They won't have a career. Like, you think they're going to ruin their career for you, Donald? Like, they're going to really ruin their career because like they want to get you, because it's like a got you thing. Like, come on. I think it's pretty like disgusting that like he says do anything illegal. So in the speech, he appeared to link, right, the investigators to his baseless claim that the 2020 election was rigged, which led to the January 6th Capitol riot. So he goes and says, if these radical, vicious, racist prosecutors do anything wrong or illegal, I hope we are going to have in this country the biggest protests we've ever had in Washington, D.C., in New York, in Atlanta, and elsewhere because our country and our elections are corrupt, Trump told the crowd in Texas on Saturday. It's like, why would you say that? Why would you ever say anything so stupid like that? Like, for what reason? What are they going to do that's so illegal? What? Tell me. Like, what are they going to do? What? What's corrupt? It's corrupt because you say it? It's corrupt because you have no evidence to back it up? What evidence? How is it corrupt? Because you didn't win? That's why it's corrupt? Since leaving office, Trump has faced a fury of investigations into his actions as president and his private businesses. It's like, why do you think that they're investigating his actions as president and his private businesses? Like, come on. Like, even if you like Trump, you have to admit that there was some actions as he was president and his businesses. Like, come on. Like, stop. Quote, in reality, they're not after me. They're after you. And I just happen to be the person in the way, Trump told his supporters at the rally. It's just such garbage. It's like he just keeps on going and making things worse for himself. Everything that he's saying here is just to stir up the base. It's just hyperbole, like all the way to stir up the base. Let me be very clear about something. I'm not trying to pick on Trump. Okay, I'm not. I'm just looking at the words that he's saying like at his rallies, and I think it's stupid. I think he's just saying stupid things. The Trump Organization's financial dealings are also the subject of years-long investigations from New York Attorney General and the Manhattan District Attorney's Office. According to New York Attorney General, her office has so far uncovered significant evidence that the Trump Organization used fraudulent and misleading asset valuations on multiple properties. And it's like, no one thinks that, like, that's a big deal? Like, that doesn't matter? Misleading the value on properties that he owns. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, right? Yeah, just sweeping underneath the rug, right? Because he's Donald Trump. For years, they've been going after my company. Many years, using every trick in the book in an attempt to literally, if they can, put me in jail. They want to put me in jail, Trump said. It's like, dude, no one's going out of their way. This is, oh my God. The former president repeatedly called the prosecutors racist and said that they were mentally sick and accused them of misconduct at the highest level. What? Like, what do you mean? Like, how are they racist? How are they mentally ill? Like, you think that they're just going after you because they want to? It's like, obviously, these people have to have evidence. They have to have evidence to go after you. They have to have evidence to present to judges. Like, what do you mean? Like, stop, Trump. Like, it's just stupid already. You know, they're going after me without any protection of my rights by the Supreme Court or many other courts. It's like, yeah, okay, Trump, sure. On several occasions, Trump has appealed to the U.S. Supreme Court to try and prevent investigators from obtaining documents and records related to their probes. What don't you want us to know, Trump? Why would you not want us to have those records? What are you trying to withhold from, trying to cite executive privilege? Like, I don't know. If you didn't do anything wrong, if you got nothing to hide, then why do you care? Last year, the Supreme Court also rejected a challenge from Trump to keep his tax return secret. It's like, what else are you hiding? Like, oh, I want to keep my tax return secret. Oh, well, why is that, Trump? Oh, I want to keep it secret because I don't want anybody to know how much money I really make. I don't want to let anybody know how much money I'm really hiding. I don't want to let everybody know how much money I haven't made and that I'm lying, that I'm like worth billions of dollars, or I don't know, that you probably haven't paid taxes on any of the money that you basically make. I don't know. Could be like all of the above, perhaps. Like the reason why January 6th happened. You know, I'm not going to sit here and say it's all your fault, Trump, but I'm going to say that the president of the United States, his words matter. They influence people no matter how you want to slice it or not. They do influence people. He was the president of the United States, okay? And it's not like he said, oh, let's go down to the Capitol and let's go do that. Like, he didn't have to say that. He just didn't have to say that at all. He didn't. He didn't have to say it, okay? Words like this, like that he said, words like this right here is basically giving people, right, the green light to go and do shit. And it's like, don't get me wrong, like, you know, like, I think Trump has done good in a lot of ways when he was president, you know, like, but it's just, it's always his mouth, like, and then he, like, says, oh, why am I getting blamed for January 6th? It's like, because of your mouth. Like, shut up. Just stop talking. Stop saying stupid things like this. You don't think that this gets people fired up? You don't think that this, like, these words cause something? Like, literally, like, they stopped this guy. I don't even know in what state. I think it was, like, Ohio or something like that. And they found this guy, okay, literally with an AR-15 and, like, a bunch of ammo. And they, like, literally asked him, oh, where are you going? Oh, I'm going to go kill Dr. Fauci. It's like, come on, you know this stuff is happening. People hang on every word that people say. Like, even though you're not saying it directly. And it's like, you got to be honest with yourself here. Like, really, like, people who, like, will disagree with me, fine, disagree with me. But it's like, you can't deny that his words don't have a big impact. Like, literally, like, when Trump talked about a company, their stock dropped. Anytime that Trump talks bad about anybody, like, something happens to them. So it's like his words have influence. When you see a stock drop because of him, when you see a stock go up because of him, when you see, you know, just different things when he was president. Like, what do you mean? His words matter. They absolutely do matter. And if you think they don't, then you're really ignorant and you really, like, don't understand. Like, he didn't directly have to say, yes, why don't you just go down to the Capitol and whatever. His words that day in that rally, literally, you know, stupid people, obviously. And I'm going to say it, stupid people, ignorant people, people that are just brain dead. They're going after him because obviously they have some sort of evidence, right, with his financials, right, some sort of evidence with all of this stuff that they have. Okay, so for example, where is it in this article? So right here, right, with his tax returns and all this other stuff. So here's what Trump's tax returns could mean for the investigations into his finances. It's like, if you don't think that it's wrong to lie on finances and, like, devalue your property so that, you know, you pay less, like, I guess, taxes on it or whatever, and less, like, it's like, no, that's wrong. Like, if you think that that's right, like, what do you mean? Like, us working people, we're all paying our taxes, and this guy can just, they wouldn't be going into all these investigations if they didn't have evidence, like I said. And like, come on now. And like I said, like, I want to be very clear for, like, everybody watching. Like, I'm not trying to criticize Donald Trump and trying to, like, hate on him. It's not the thing. I'm just trying to point out that basically that in a rally on Saturday, he says stupid things and it needs to be called out whether or not that you're for him or not for him. It's like, it's just stupid. The things that he says are just, they're dumb. And they get you in, like, they're going to get him in trouble somehow. And it's just like, by him basically saying that if things don't go his way, that if these radical, vicious, racist prosecutors do anything wrong or illegal, I hope we're going to have in our country the biggest protest ever. And it's like, what are you talking about? Stop talking, you know? And then, like I said, he brings up, you know, that the 2020 election was rigged and blah, 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 blah. It's like, dude, there's no evidence. You brought it to 60, you know, federal judges. No evidence. You know, they brought it to every single person known to man. No evidence has ever come up. They did the recount how many times in Arizona. Nothing came up. Nothing. And in fact, from what I saw, they came up with more votes, I guess, for Biden, maybe about a few hundred votes more for Biden in Arizona after, like, they did the count again after the 90th time. It's just ridiculous. Just absolutely just show me, like, listen, I'm open to anything. If you show me some evidence, I am willing to open up my ears, open up my eyes, and listen and look at the evidence and go from there. But I haven't seen one piece of evidence, and it's been how long already? A year? A year has gone by? How long? Like, and nothing, no evidence, just BS. Just always BS. And it's like, if this was some conspiracy, like, let's be real about this. Do you really think that people this long can keep a conspiracy, like a secret, like this long? Let's be real. Seriously. Like, let's really be real right now. Like, nobody can keep a secret, man. Come on.